Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Monday, April 20th, 2020. I'm Freddie Liebird. The Nevis Island Administration continues its efforts to prepare to care for persons who become critically ill from the new coronavirus COVID-19. That is according to Premier and Minister of Health, the Honorable Mark Brantley.
Our local COVID-19 task force, headed by Dr. Judy Nesbitt, who brings accurate information, relevant information, and who, with her team, have been manning our EOC, our Emergency Operations Center at Long Point, 24 hours a day. Mr. President, I want to emphasize that. 24 hours a day. That means when we are sleeping, people are at the EOC working, getting information, collating it, ensuring that we are where we need to be.
In addition, the Ministry of Health continues to prepare to ensure it is in a position to respond if COVID-19 patients need to be hospitalized.
Through the efforts of the Honorable Senator, Junior Minister Hazel Brandy Williams, we have procured well-needed supplies. We have new ventilators. We have ambulances that are en route, she has advised. We have other ventilators that are en route. We have masks. We have all the cleaning and other necessary supplies that we are told we should have. We have medication that has been recommended. We have created a quarantine center, 14 apartment center, I'm advised. We have created an isolation center off-site from our hospital, which can accommodate 8 persons. We have at our hospital allocated 16 beds to COVID if it were to get to that.
Premier Brantley gave that assurance at the April 18th sitting of the Nevis Island Assembly. The emergency sitting, he stated, was part and parcel of the Nevis Island Administration's preparedness efforts. The first set of payments under the St. Christopher and Nevis Social Security Board's COVID-19 Relief Fund were expected to be made on Monday, April 20th, 2020. Minister of Labour, the Honourable Spencer Brand, notes that the aim is to make the payments on the 20th of each month for 3 months.
And I've been advised, Mr. President, that up to yesterday there were nearly under 2,000 persons who would have applied, Mr. President. These include part-time workers, full-time workers, self-employed, laid-off workers, and reduced hours workers, Mr. President. Nearly 2,000. And Mr. President, I recognize also that while many persons are dependent on their day-to-day job or weekly job, that I want to suggest to them, Mr. President, that they should be as conservative as possible. Because while we hear, Mr. President, the figure of $1,000, I want to make it clear that not everyone will receive the amount of $1,000.
According to Minister Brand, a number of other applications are being processed.
I've also been advised that there are still an additional 300 applicants that still need to be processed. And those were received at the Labour Department via email, Mr. President. It talked that the Social Security should have already make payment. Mr. President, it's a process. And while we believe that persons ought to have probably access to cash as quickly and as easily as possible, Mr. President, I want to make sure that those persons who are applying for the assistance, that they are doing so properly. And I am certain that the Social Security as well are seeking to ensure that everything that they put in place is to make sure it's done properly and in order. And as a result, Mr. President, their checks will be paid or deposited into persons' account
Minister Brand also commended the staff at the Department of Labour who continue to work to ensure those who should benefit from the COVID-19 Relief Fund receive the assistance. The Nevis Disaster Management Department presented communication radios to the Alexandra Hospital late last week. In a brief handing over ceremony, Director of the department, Brian Dyer, presented the equipment.
On behalf of the Nevis Disaster Management Department, we would like to hand over a quantity of radios to the management and staff at the Alexandra Hospital to enhance their communications with not only the ambulance or the mobile units, but also the movement within the compound as well. These radios were acquired from the Japan International Corporation Systems. The hospital already benefited with the mobile unit. That too is also equipped with radio, so you can have communications also with that unit.
Hospital Administrator Gary Pemberton accepted the donation on behalf of the staff and patients of the Alexandra Hospital.
We are very much appreciative of this donation by the Nevis Disaster Management Department. The Nevis Disaster Management Department, they are always there in times of need, and in this time when we are faced with a pandemic of the coronavirus, they have stepped up in a big way. As was promised before by Brian Dyer, who is the chief person, or he is the director of the Nevis Disaster Management Department, promised that he would get us these communication radios last year, and he has delivered on his promise. So with these communication radios, we're able to communicate with our emergency staff who will be out in the field, who might have to go on ambulance calls, and as he indicated, staff within the compound as well. We should be able to communicate properly with these staff. If we're in need of assistance, then we'll be able to get these persons quickly, and we can ensure that our service is enhanced by these communication radios. So on behalf of the staff of the Alexandra Hospital and by the Extension Ministry of Health, I want to say a big thank you to the Nevis Disaster Management Department for this timely donation.
A number of health officials were present, including Matron Nurse Aldris Pemberton Diaz, Assistant Matron Jessica Scarborough, and Program Coordinator at the Health Promotion Unit, Nadine Carty-Keynes. Still to come.
Yeah, I just want to take the opportunity to present this luncheon for the first responders, doctor, for the good work you guys have been doing.
The details right after this break.
Hello, my name is Normally, and I have a very important message for you. Be safe, protect yourself and others, and remember to disinfect surfaces at home and at work.
Stay updated by following the Health Promotion Unit on Facebook and Instagram, or contact us at 469-8010.
Wali, the Queen of the Caribbean, bathed by its crystal shores, is the Caribbean's best kept secret. Nevis is known for its rich culture, which remains entrenched in the island's everyday life. We boast of having the Caribbean's greatest summer festival, Culturama. The birthplace of Alexander Hamilton, my little 36 square mile island, is the home of the Bath Hotel, which is the first built hotel in the Caribbean. Don't forget to take a dip in the therapeutic Bath Springs. Take a few minutes to trot down to the ever-famous Sunshine's Bar and drink a world-renowned Killer Bee. Live Nevis naturally by exploring the magnificent waterfalls and hiking to the top of our 32 Nevis Peak. Our lush vegetation and landscape deems a visit here the perfect escape. Nevis, Queen of the Caribbean.
Welcome back. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis is continuing to advise privately owned businesses to make special arrangements to protect their staff and clients against the COVID-19 virus. This was stated by the Attorney General and Chair of Disaster Mitigation Council, the Honorable Vincent Byron, during his presentation at the National Emergency Operations Center NEOC COVID-19 Daily Briefing for April 19th. If you can work from home and you can work remotely, we encourage you to do so, he said. You reduce the risk of coming into contact with others. You protect yourself and your family as well as the wider community. However, the Attorney General said that if you have to go to an office, we would expect you to make arrangements at your office, that you exercise common sense, and you give distancing in your office, that you provide for clients or customers hand sanitizer dispensers, and so on. He also said that the residents of St. Kitts and Nevis should wear face masks, wipe down desks, keyboards, computer screens, and other devices that are regularly used so that we gradually get into this new world that we have to operate in. The COVID-19 task force will be making visits to different establishments in efforts to encourage us to operate in a certain way as we try to slow down the transmission of this virus, Attorney General Byron said.
Yeah, I just want to take the opportunity to present this luncheon for the first responders, doctor, for the good work you guys have been doing. I just want to say, God bless you guys for the wonderful work you're doing, and please enjoy the lunch.
Well-known businessman Llewellyn Sunshine Keynes provided lunch to the persons in the Nevis COVID-19 task force and its volunteers late last week as a way of giving back to them and thanking them for the work they've been doing. Director of the Nevis Disaster Management Department, Brian Dyer, accepted the meals on behalf of the team.
On behalf of the Nevis Disaster Management Department and the entire EOC staff, that includes the Ministry of Health, the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force, and the disaster management staff and volunteers, I'd like to say and express our sincere thanks and gratitude to Mr. Sunshine Llewellyn Keynes and also to Mr. Dion Daniel for their generous donation as part of their fiduciary responsibility to our communities. They are taking care of us, of the emergency services as we embark on this pandemic recovery response measures, and we hope that this will be a blessing to us, not only to nourish our bodies in our stressful times, but also going forward we hope to ensure that we establish an ongoing partnership with the two gentlemen. So on behalf of the emergency response persons, thank you very much, sir.
Member of the Nevis COVID-19 Task Force and Director of the Nevis Disaster Management Department, Brian Dyer. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredicia Liebert. Thank you for viewing.
Hi everyone, my name is Naila Daniel and I have a very important message for you. Be safe, protect yourself and others, and practice social distancing.
Stay updated by following the Health Promotion Unit on Facebook and Instagram or contact us at 469-8010.